Here is another rope bowl for spring or Mother's Day, and we're going to do this with clothesline rope, paper napkins, and Mod Podge. So what you're going to need is some clothesline rope. I get mine from Walmart's 3/16 inch by 100 feet. It's about $8 for this clothesline rope, but it is the best that I've found. Some acrylic paint, I'm using antique white, and some paper napkins. This is a 2-ply rose napkin that is beautiful. And of course, we're going to need some Mod Podge. So the first step is to make our dye. And so I'm going to take about half of this bottle of antique white acrylic paint and pour it into some water. And then we're going to dye that clothesline rope. So I'm going to mix this well, and then I'm going to put the clothesline rope in the water and saturate it. All right, I'm just taking that rope and pushing it down. Make sure you take your rings off. I sometimes forget, but you don't want that paint water in your rings. So I'm just turning this around. This will not wash out. Acrylic paint is permanent, so you don't have to worry about that, but I'm just going to soak this rope, turning it over and over and making sure that paint water gets all through the rope. Now I let this sit for about an hour, and then I'm going to just kind of squeeze out as much of that paint water as I can. And I've got some plastic trash bags spread out. I'm going to take this rope and just lay it on that trash bag, pulling it apart, and then I'm going to put the fan on it. And then usually in a couple of hours, it is completely dry and ready to start sewing. If you want to do this and leave it overnight, you certainly could. All right, I had some paint left over, and I've got 2 smaller rolls of clothesline rope. So I'm going to use up all that paint water today, and I'm going to dye those. All right, after it's dried completely, I rolled it into a ball, and now it's time to sew. So we're going to take the tip end of the rope and roll it into a small coil. Then we're going to straight stitch an X across to make sure it holds it in place, and then we can start our zigzag. I'm using a white all-purpose thread. All right, once you've done your X across, it holds that little coil in place, and now we can start zigzagging. So I'm setting my stitches at 4.0 and 1.5 for a zigzag stitch on this Janome sewing machine, which I love. So now I'm going to just start catching 2 pieces of rope together and going all the way around in a circle. Now to start off, it's a little tedious. You have to stop and move your needle. But once you get the momentum going and your circle gets bigger, it's easier. And so you can see I'm zigzagging, catching both pieces. We are going to do a 5-inch circle base on this. So I've measured, and it is 5 inches across. And now we start the process of turning to make a bowl. So I just put the needle in, lift up the base, and now we start again with the zigzag stitch going round and round, holding the bowl up. All right, and you just continue, and you can see my bowl is getting bigger and bigger, but you keep it tilted up. You don't lay it back down because you want that nice bowl shape. And now you can see it's even bigger. So we're going to keep going. Now I have left 15 feet. I'm going to leave 15 feet at the bottom to do our scallops. All right, I wanted my bowl to be 6 inches high, so I'm going to have to sew a little bit more, but then I measured off 15 feet to make the scallops for our bowl. I'll show you that in a minute. And so I'm going to go around, sew a couple more rows, and then I'm going to start my scallop process. So it's always good to have that little ruler by your side so you can measure. And here is the first scallop. I'm going up 1 inch in height, and then 2.5 inches from each edge, just like that picture. There you go. Then we're going to put a pin there and just push it right down into the 2 pieces of rope. Then we're going to go to the next one using our little measure stick. We're going to measure from there to the next point, 2.5 inches. and then 1 inch tall. And we just do this process all the way around the bowl. Now where the pins are is I'm going to go back to my machine and zigzag those sections down. But you can see it's 2.5 inches across, 1 inch high. And I do that all the way around the bowl, pinning it in place. All right, all the scallops are made. Everything's pinned in place. Everything looks nice and even. Now we're going to go and sew where those pins are. It's about 1/2 inch, but we're going to do the zigzag stitch and then back up over that zigzag stitch. And I'll try to show you that process. You're just placing your needle right there in that spot, and then we're going to zigzag forward, pull out the pin, and then zigzag backwards. So you've got a nice tight zigzag. Now all of the pin points have been sewn down, and now we're going to continue with our rope and go around each scallop. So I'm just folding it in place. Then we're going to go with the zigzag stitch just like we did the bowl, and zigzag the rest of the rope, which is probably about 12 feet now. We're going to make 4 rows around that scallop. And there it is, all complete. And it's not hard process at all. It's very easy to do. All right, so there is our bolt. Now you can see that little last piece of rope. I just zigzag stitched it on the inside of the bowl right there, and that ribbon that we will feed through there will certainly cover that up. Now the next step is to Mod Podge, but I looked at my bowl and I thought, you know what, it needs another coat of the white, antique white paint, because this is going to go outside. If this were going to stay inside, I probably would have skipped this step, but I went ahead and took my paint and just painted the bottom and all around the outside of the bowl, giving it one more coat because I'm going to use this outside. All right, the paint has completely dried, and I've cut out the roses out of the paper napkin. And now I am just peeling that backing off. Some napkins have 2 plies. Make sure you get it down to the 1 ply. And so I've cut all of these roses and the leaves out, cut out that pink background because I just want this to lay right on top of the white bowl. So you just very carefully peel that off. It's good to have a little tiny pair of scissors to cut this out. But these are all came from 1 napkin. So you can see a pack of napkins would go a long way. So I'm just going to pull all of these apart, and then we'll start our Mod Podge process. All right, I've got my Mod Podge here. I'm going to get a little glass jar to pour that in. It just works better if you've got it in something that you can very quickly dip your paintbrush in. I am using the low gloss Mod Podge. That is my favorite to use for these bowls. And it is going to make it nice and waterproof and stiff. So I'm going to open that up and go ahead and get started. All right, this is a very important tip. Please do not try to put the Mod Podge on your napkin first. Find your center point where I want my biggest rows to go, and then you put the Mod Podge right on the bowl. Those napkins are so fragile, you really cannot try to put it on the napkin before it's on the bowl. So I'm just coating a big swath of the rope bowl with the Mod Podge, and then I'm going to lay my rose piece right on top of that glue. All right, this is the big one I wanted right in the center. Just lay it down with your finger, tapping it into place. And once you have it in place, then you can start coating the outside of the napkin or the top layer with the Mod Podge using a very gentle brush stroke. Just brush it down and coat it very well with the Mod Podge. And we're just coating the flower. We will go back and put one more coat over the whole bowl after all of the flowers have been put on the bowl. This is the first rose I've put on the bowl with the Mod Podge. I've got a nice coat over it. I'm just going to let that dry. It does dry quickly, so we're going to move over to the next rows. Again, I'll just put the Mod Podge right on the bowl, and then we're going to add on the rows. So you can see this is a very simple process. All right, once I've added all of the roses on, I let it dry, and then I go back with the Mod Podge and do one more coat on the outside and the inside. Now I added a little rose right on the inside of the bowl, opposite the front. Just looks really pretty to put something on the inside. So we're going to let that sit, and then I go back with the brush after it's dried and I coat everything. This really stiffens and hardens your bowl, just makes it very sturdy. And like I said, I'm going to be using this outside, so I want to make it really, really sturdy. So one more coat on inside and outside of our rope bowl. All right, our last step is weaving the ribbon through the scallops. Now, some people like it without the ribbon. I like it with it. So I've got some wide pink grosgrain ribbon. I'm just going to go over and under through those holes and just feed it through, and that's it. Now, if you wanted to, you could add a bow to the back or the front or the side, but I think for this purpose, it just looks really pretty. Just the ribbon going through the scallops. And then we will, when the two ends meet, I cut it and then hot glue it to the bowl on the inside flap. So you really can't see where it started or stopped. Now, before you glue your last piece down, go back over your bowl and make sure everything is nice and even and straight and fluffed up before you glue that last piece down. You want to make sure all of your bows are popped out, just like that. Here is the finished bowl, and I really like the pink ribbon. I could have gone with a lighter pink, but I like how this pops. But it's really easy to make. It's just clothesline rope, paper napkin, ribbon, and Mod Podge. And I hope you were able to get a lot more tips and understanding of how to put this together, but they're just so nice. Now, this next week, I'm going to get a little teacup rose, pink one, put my liner in here, put the rose plant in here, and then fill in with Spanish moss. And this is going to go on my front porch, and I will do a video of my spring porch in the next couple of weeks. I'm still finishing up some pillows and some plants, but it's going to be so pretty. I'm doing it like in an English cottage country style. So these are great for gift baskets too. So you could fill this, put some tissue paper in it, and if you want to make this for Mother's Day, put in her favorite chocolate bars and some kisses, or you could put in a tin of tea with a rose teacup. There's just so many different ideas. You could fill it with whatever the things that she likes, or you could put the plant in it and then just tie it up with that pretty cellophane, and it just makes a nice gift. Now, the original one that I did, I use it to hold my napkins. So if you wanted to fill up a basket with some beautiful napkins and things for the kitchen, you could certainly do that. But if you coat them good with Mod Podge inside and out, and you use the plastic liner, they make great holders for plants. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave those in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss seeing this out there on the front porch. Y'all have a blessed day.